Today on Trucks.
Whoa, look at that.
It's diesel tech from mild to wild with serious bolt-ons from BullyDog. Then we'll crash Horsepower's shop to set a new diesel power record with a Cummins Ram.
Good work there.
And now, the new host of Trucks, Kevin Tates and Paul Vinson.
Guys, welcome to Trucks, where this season is going to be off the hook. We've got some major projects lined up ahead of us.
That's right, we're going to be slamming some cool street trucks, we'll build some mega horsepower beasts, and we'll show you that you don't have to be Donald Trump to do something cool to your truck.
Yeah, but I think we're both in agreement that we've got the biggest project ahead of us, and that's filling the shoes of Stacy David.
Now, Stacy's moving on to other things, but while he was here, he gave us years of great projects, such as a K5 Blazer, Project Big Blaze.
Remember Crazy Horse, that really cool half-cab Bronco?
He built the wicked Willys and tried to launch it like an airplane, then chopped the top on the Harry Hauler and showed us tons of cool body mods.
That Tomb Raider was pretty awesome, and I don't think anybody will ever forget Copperhead.
Yeah, those were all great projects, but one of our favorite shows is the day that Stacy separated our buddy Joe Elmore from his milk money. Now here's the deal. This all started when Stacy bet Joe that he could build a diesel truck that would make more power than his dyno had ever seen before.
$5 says I can beat the horsepower number, 426.
I'd say let's bet.
Okay.
All right, $5?
Yes.
Bring it back when you're done and bring your wallet.
Joe took the bait, because what Stacy didn't tell him was he was putting in propane injection and a nitrous system all on that truck.
By the time the truck got back to the dyno and things had gotten serious, Stacy had hooked Joe into a double or nothing bet, and $10 was on the line.
Okay, what's the numbers? Come on.
I don't believe it. 455 horsepower. I know this thing's working right. What'd you do that truck?
Oh, no. You need to watch Trucks, man, and you owe me $10.
Now that was a couple of years ago. Since then, diesel performance technology has really evolved. So the other day, we took a trip down to Tennessee Speed Sports to see just how simple it is to make big power. And all it takes is a simple software download into your rig.
What we're going to do is plug this into the diagnostic port on your truck. We're going to give you an additional 70 horsepower for 5 driving hours.
Wow.
And at the end of 5 driving hours, your truck will go right back to stock.
Oh, wait a minute. You're telling me this download's free?
It's a free download.
I gotta see this. Let's take it out and plug it in.
Let's go check it out. The cool thing about this is it usually takes no longer than 15 minutes to download the program.
Whoa, look at that.
We know what it'll do on the street. Let's see what it'll do on the highway. About as much fun as you can have with your clothes on.
Wow, now that was awesome. 70 more horsepower plus 140 more pound-feet of torque, all from a simple download. So, I'm wondering, you take that modern technology and you apply it to Stacy's theory, what do you think you get?
Well, we're going to find out. Because when we come back, we're going to take this Cummins-powered Dodge, we're going to hit it with a combination of software, propane, and nitrous, and we're going to come up with a package that hopefully will crush our existing record on Horsepower's dyno.
Well, I better start counting my money because we're going to get some more from Joe.
Candy from my baby.
I'm buying dinner tonight.
How about 4 times that much power out of our Dodge Cummins? Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us at Trucks while we attempt to break our own diesel horsepower record. Now, even though we're using a Dodge, everything we throw at it will work on your Fords and your Chevys.
Our first power builder is BullyDog's Triple Dog Downloader software. Like you saw earlier, this will reprogram your truck's computer and give you more horsepower and torque.
I got 4 words: BullyDog Propane Injection System. Now, when you mix propane with diesel, not only do you get a cleaner burning fuel, but you also lower the exhaust gas temperature. And you know what that means? More power, baby.
And finally, our old friend N2O, which is provided by BullyDog's adjustable nitrous system. The secret to nitrous oxide is that it adds more oxygen to your fuel mix and makes an even stronger explosion, which means even more power.
Yeah, but before we do anything, we got to find out just how much horsepower this truck already has.
Yeah.
You and I need to make a dyno run.
And we'll see if Joe will take that bait, too.
Hey, Kevin, Paul, what's up?
Joe, Just thought I'd stop by and show you what kind of good guy I am.
Oh, yeah?
And give you a chance to win your money back.
Yeah, remember when Stacy brought that BullyDog truck over here?
Hey, wait. I'm not falling for that racket again, but you want to use our dyno jet?
You know I do.
Have at it, and I'll even throw in my ace dyno driver. How about that?
That sounds fair to me. Mike, come on. No, you don't.
There's your baseline, 276 horsepower, and you made about 550 foot-pounds of torque. Now what?
You're gonna have to wait for that. We're working on something.
All right, let's get busy.
Let's do it. Well, the installation of this software is really easy.
Just plug it into your diagnostic port and download up to 4 levels of power from mild to wild. That's all adjustable at the touch of a button.
Well, here's something that's really cool and unique to this downloader. Once your software is installed, you can change your horsepower and torque settings at any time, with the engine running, pulling, towing, whenever. Now, what gives you that control is the Outlook monitor. You can mount yours anywhere. Ours is going on the A-pillar gauge pod to keep it right at our fingertips.
You plug your Outlook into the port, and then you feed the other half of the harness into the engine compartment. We'll connect this later.
All right, since we're going to be making so much power with this thing, we got to let it breathe a little bit better. To handle that, BullyDog offers the rapid flow induction system. Now, cold air is essential for making big power in your diesel. And just the feel of the programmer with the air kit is going to blow you away while you're driving.
Yeah, and this makes for a great starting point for our mega power recipe. And honestly, these 2 projects can be done in no time.
And hey, don't forget to plug in your mass airflow sensor when you're done. All right, so all the work we've done so far has set the stage for the fun stuff, propane and nitrous injection. We're going to do exactly that after the break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Trucks, where we're trying to break our own diesel-powered record on the dyno with this Cummins-powered Dodge. So far, we've reprogrammed our truck's computer and added cold air induction. Now, we're going to throw propane in the mix. But since we're going all out for our record, we're going to be installing these high-flow injectors because they can handle all the extra fuel that we're going to be throwing at this engine. Now, tearing into the top end of your Cummins is not as scary as you might think. But if you've never done this before, grab a manual to guide you through the steps.
With the rocker arm removed, pull out your stock injector. Then the new ones just slide right into place. Make sure they're seated right. Now, bolt them down. You install the bridge. You replace your rocker arm. And you wire them back up.
Check this out. These new injectors will flow 20% more than stock, and combined with the downloader will stuff the cylinder with fuel. Now, just in case you're wondering, the idea for propane injection came from down on the farm where it was common practice on diesel tractors. Nowadays, it's a great way to get up to 30% more power out of your diesel truck. See these 2 holes in the intake? The cool thing is all you do is bolt your regulator right up to them.
Next step's to pop off the intake plenum to drill and tap 2 holes. One for the boost pressure switch and one for the nitrous nozzle. Just be sure to clean out those shavings. Then you slip the plenum back into place and you snug her down. After that, don't forget to wire in your pressure switch.
Believe it or not, the propane regulator uses the vehicle's cooling system to make sure that no liquid propane enters the injector. That's because that hot temperature keeps the propane as a gas, and you don't want that liquid propane in there. That could grenade your engine. Now, you can just tap into your truck's heater hoses and make a loop in the system that includes the new propane regulator. cut the new hose coming from the propane reg, and then, using the hardware in the kit, tie back into the heater core outlet. Now you want to make sure you use all new hose clamps on your fittings so you don't have any leaks.
Okay, while Kevin finishes that up, the last piece of this under the hood puzzle is the propane injection nozzle. Once it's in the duct, you just mount it back in place. You need to find a safe place for your LP tank. Now, some guys like to put them under the truck, but we are putting ours in the bed. Now, with this much power at your fingertips, you know you're going to be going through a lot of propane. Mounting this in the bed is going to make it a lot easier to fill. Once your lines are hooked up, you run them over to the regulator. And then over to the nozzle.
Just like the propane tank, we're going to mount this nitrous tank here in the bed. The supplied brackets will mount the tank at a slight angle. And since the pickup is at the now lower end of the bottle, we'll always have a good flow of nitrous. Mount your regulator and run your line along the same route to the front of the truck as your propane line. Before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the fittings to the kit's nitrous solenoid out here on the table where I've actually got room to work. A ham. I'm also going to use Teflon tape on the threads to make sure I've got a good seal. We're teeing off the nitrous solenoid for our double shot. Now we're using thread sealing tape here to handle the extra pressure of the nitrous system. The feed line goes to the inlet of the solenoid, and each side of the tee comes off to one of the two jets. The solenoid mounts to a convenient place in the firewall, and both the lines run to the back side of the plenum. Our double shot uses a .78 and a .96 nozzle size. Make sure you use a proper line wrench or an AN fitting wrench to snug up your lines. Here's the easiest thing you'll do all day. The nitrous controller mounts right here, out of the way. Then all you do is plug it in to the Outlux wiring harness. Make sure your battery connection is snug. All right, hit it. Yeah. Now, during the break, me and Paul are going to put a catback exhaust on this monster, and then we'll wreak some havoc on Joe Elmore's dyno.
It's time to put up or shut up. The dyno don't lie.
You gotta be kidding me.
Then hide the women and children as Kevin and Paul punish the hide.
Hey, thanks for coming back to and Under Trucks, where today we're going to try to beat our best diesel-powered runs ever on our old buddy Joe Elmore's dyno.
So far, we've reprogrammed our engine management computer, added propane injection, and topped it all off with nitrous. And that's going to make one wicked speedball of power. Now, the cold air intake we installed up front, combined with BullyDog's 4-inch dual-outlet catback exhaust, this truck's going to expel more hot air than Paul at a truck show.
Hot air? My high school teacher said that was gas. Let's get this thing finished up and on the ground.
Start walking and quit talking. All right, let's do some math. We should gain at least 200 horsepower from the software and another 80 with the high-flow injectors.
Then you add another 20 horses from the cold air kit. Next, you open her up with a massive catback system for at least another 40 ponies.
Throw on a killer cocktail of propane and nitrous on top of it all for another 240 horse, and you've got lightning in a bottle.
Okay, once again, the dyno's ready. I'm ready. Let's see what you guys got now.
All right, Mike, go for it.
Oh, you're in for a big surprise.
Hey, you made 582 horsepower and 1199, almost 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Hey, that's quite a bit over your baseline. Good work there. So now we get this thing unstrapped.
One more thing. Mike, hit the button on that outlet.
This little button?
That little button. All right, now, try one more time.
All right.
I ain't believing this. 880 horsepower, and check this, you flatline the torque. You guys made way over 1,200.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, the dyno don't lie, but come on, Paul. What'd you guys do to this thing?
Joe, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Hold on, help us get this thing unstrapped. We got somewhere to go real quick. Then we'll tell you.
That's awesome.
I'll see you out front.
With the BullyDog truck off the dyno and unleashed on the streets, it's easy to feel all that power we made. Plus, it turns a lot of heads. Now this is what I've been waiting for. This thing is off the hook. Hey, you want to run him? Want to run him? Hammer, I scoff at your hammer. We have the BullyDog. You have the hammer. You are the girly man.
Now, you might get carried away knowing you can eat up anything on the road. Oh, look at there. Always make sure you check your rearview mirror. Whoa, I told you that'd be off the hook.
Man, that's the most fun I've ever had in a diesel.
That's because that's the first diesel you and I have built together.
First of many.
Yeah.
Hey, weren't we supposed to go pick up Elmore?
Ooh.
When you're dealing with that much power in a truck, you may want to think about a set of these to keep your cargo secure. This T-grip is the latest design from ProGrip. This T-handle is going to save you from some busted knuckles on a cold morning, and the secondary release is real convenient. The ratchet mechanism is nickel chrome plated for corrosion resistance, and the coated hooks will protect your rig if you're strapping to a painted surface. A set of 4 of these will run you about $30, and if you're a tool junkie like me, it's all about the details.
Yeah, and if you're truck junkies like us, you'll be back here next week.
You don't want to miss it.